Okay, good morning. So I usually get to be very, very informal. So be kind to me, no? First and foremost, I'm quite used to actually engaging with some of our clients, but nonetheless, you guys are actually equally like our clients, no? So we will treat you the same to give you more information and more education about the things that we have in store for you. I guess the answer to your question, because we're gonna talk about digital, no? I guess the answer to your question, no, I am not a millennial. Just to bring that out there. I look millennial, but I'm kind of in between. So in response to our, I guess, high net worth market as well as reaching out to the more millennial segment, probably we have some sort of perspective about that, or really knowing our clients better by actually, I guess, managing them at the same time knowing ourselves better. So the topic of the presentation is leveraging on digital. And something that is quite purposeful in terms of our goal. Something that is quite purposeful for our goal is not only that we have to be transactional, but we also have to be experiential. And of which, providing the purpose of SLAMC is to be a lifetime partner for Filipinos, give them the sound advice that they need, and provide the relevant wealth solutions that we can offer to them in as far as the service and products that we have, through, of course, providing them the excellence that we have with SLAMC. Now, of course, probably some of you are wondering who are the clients of SLAMC, And something that we realize is that 70% of our market, or of our served market, would be millennials. And obviously, millennials have low ticket size because they're building up their nest egg. But nonetheless, we don't want to forget about the needs that they have in as far as saving up for life goals, of which, according to Rappler, the number one goal, or the number one, life goal, and something that they're looking forward to in terms of saving their money for the future. Number one would be travel. Next would be building up a business. And third would be education. So if you notice, a lot of the top three goals that the millennials that we have in our client base, they have that kind of aspirational, goals and tendencies to save up for their money. Next of which, this one. I guess you guys are quite pretty much familiar with this population pyramid, no? It's basically we're more than 106 million in population in the Philippines, and as you notice, if you're gonna look at the left segment, these are the age brackets of our population, and below are the percentage. So why is this very important, and why are we responding to this kind of population pyramid? The one that I encircled is basically the millennial segment, or to some extent we call them the millennials and Gen Z segment. And they are the base of our population. And they are very, very important. Mike will make mention about the economy later on, and to talk about more the growth story of the Philippine market, as well as the economic growth story. But what I'm saying here is that millennials represent a very, very important segment to our society, as well as the growth of the economy. Why so? Obviously, if you take a look at this demographic sweet spot, if you're gonna look at the millennial segment, they will get into they will finish their college degrees, get into the workforce, and as soon as they get their first paycheck, of course, they have something to spend. They have disposable income. And when they have that disposable income, they have that purchasing power. And obviously, we know for a fact that roughly around 70% of our economy is represented by consumption, and of which the millennial segment will play a very, very important part for that purchasing power and the money that they're going to spend. No? So basically, money will circulate into the economy through a big, big driver for growth, which is actually the millennial segment. And of course, being with sunlife, of course, we have a purposeful goal, and that is to obviously make sure that their life goals are met. So not only that you are actually spending, consuming, but we have to ascertain that we have to be there in as far as making sure that they're not only spending but also saving up for the future. So I guess you guys are pretty much aware as who the millennials and Gen Zs are. So these are some of the facets that we have in as far as the infographics is concerned, and giving you guys more knowledge about who they are. But most importantly is that if you're gonna look at this segment, the Gen Z and millennials, they roughly represent close to around 55%. That's half of the Philippine population. Half of the Philippine population will be coming from them, and as they age, obviously they're gonna spend money. And how do we become more responsive to them? We know for a fact that Filipinos are actually fourth, no? For the fourth straight year, Filipinos are top in terms of worldwide social media. So they're very, very socially engaged via the digital platform. And having said that, from the response, now we want to engage. By engaging, of course, we've had financial literacy campaigns such as the Mateo Make It Mutual videos. So if you do check the videos of Mateo in our YouTube or in our website, you'll see more, I guess, educational and informative videos about what mutual funds are, correlation between inflation and savings, and so on and so forth. In fact, the Make It Mutual videos that we've had with Mateo won both local and international Gold Quill Awards. So we actually got that in Canada, no? The Gold Quill Award. So we're very, very happy that our engagement with our millennial segment and the way we respond to them has been pretty much acknowledged worldwide and locally as well. And of course, we have touch points in as far as market education is concerned. So we have articles and references that, to give more education to our millennial segment. Having said that, we are now engaged from responding to our millennial segments and at the same time engaging with them. So we have different digital touch points. Of course, Rina made mention a while ago, auto invest, bills payment, and previously prosperity card. So we have now convenient payment options. So these are the things that you have at hand, which is the mobile, and of course you have desktop use. Strategic partnerships, so we have a lot in the pipeline. I think Sunlife has been engaging with Lazada, and we have some engagements in the future. So do wait for those strategic partnerships that we have. At the end of the day, we want to be more attuned to the marketplace, rather in addition to being responsive in the social media platform. Online channel as well. So this is something that we'd like to, I guess, expound today. No? If you're gonna take a look at the Slamsy online, and if you want to be engaged in terms of putting money with Slamsy, please do take note that we have the online application platform available through mobile and desktop. So all you need to do is to take a photo and as well as 100 pesos. No? So it's as easy. The touch point is very, very low. I think the video that you've seen a while ago, as it was being there, is that everybody in this room most likely have 1 pesos, right? So with 100 pesos, I guess it's as easy as having 3 steps to start saving up for your life goals. So just to give you guys some sort of run through as to how you can actually start putting money in our online platform, just visit our website sunlifefunds.com. So case here would be the money market fund page. So if you click the buy now button, so you basically you get to know what the fund features are, and then if you are decided, you can click at the buy now button. And what you notice here are 3 steps. It's as easy as 3 steps. If you do want to engage your clients or yourselves to having a paperless transaction experience, this is the best experience for you. So the first step would be your investor suitability assessment. So you basically put there how much money you want to put, your investment horizon, and your risk tolerance as well. So it's as easy as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 questions for the first step. Next of which is, at the end of the day, putting your information. So we have, of course, our responsibility to know our clients even better. And having said that, so the second step would be the client information. That leads you to your selfie procedure. So if you look at the client information page, you just put there some of your details. And then at the end, just take a selfie video, a selfie photo with your valid ID and your image, and load it up on our client information page. That's another, it's closer to your step of actually fulfilling the journey. And then thirdly, or the last step, would be your checkout option. So it's very, very important that you actually get to decide how much money you put, as well as depositing that money in our online processing step. That would be basically putting money in our bank deposit or buying a prosperity card. Of course, it doesn't limit you if you want to go to our financial stores as well. So that would be your third and last checkout option. And then lastly, as you finish the journey, the transaction journey, of course you'll get a confirmation, the reference number that you have when you finish the selfie online checkout procedure, as well as putting money in your fund account. So please do take note that we'll be having more engagements in our marketing plans and strategies in terms of making this selfie experience more known to our millennial segment. So we'll be coming up with some of these touch points, some of these marketing engagements. So please do wait for it. And lastly, I guess Filipinos love freebies now. At the end of the day, we want to make sure that clients are more engaged as well as being rewarded. So here, get as much as 500 investment credits when you invest 10,000 pesos online, when you do the transaction that I made mention a while ago. There are tiers as well, but the details are here. It's available until year end. So I do hope that you actually get to inform a lot of our segments, a lot of our market to take advantage of this process. So with that in mind, I do hope that you learned something. Of course, we'll be staying here and to answer your questions. So thank you so much and enjoy the day.